today's our last one. We're going to focus on four main things. Find out how to present your project, building a design portfolio. We're also going to look at some career tips and freelancing, and then lastly, lastly feedback from you. All right. Also, today is going to be more of a conversation between all of us here. So, please, if you have any question, so far, what has been like? So far, what do you think about the class? And remember, this is a recorded class, so whatever you share here is going to be shared as well. So, so far, what's the question? Do you have any question? Anyone with any question? Like, if you have any issues regarding anything that I've looked at or what you have not even looked at, if you have any of it, please can you share with us? Like, what's your greatest problem so far? What's your greatest issue? Please just raise your hand. I'm going to pick you. Just raise your hand, please. Yes, Creative Nexus, please go ahead.
All right. Good evening to everyone, and good evening to you, sir. Thank you for this opportunity. I really appreciate. I've been learning a lot. So far, my greatest challenge is enhancing pictures. Yeah, enhancing images. Like, it's true you've guided us from the beginning, but I still find that challenge, and I'll just hope I'll continue working on it, especially when you enhance and then you try to blend it too with whatever background you use. Because sometimes when I look at designs, especially when I look at your designs from the pictures, you are just attracted to want to know what's all about. So I don't know if the first secret is having a good photo shoot, or irrespective of the photo, you can make it as bright as you want. So that's my greatest challenge so far.
Now we need because people relate more with pictures. The more the picture is clean, the more people we're talking about creativeness was talking about what matters more in any design, and talk about enhancing images. So image is always the first thing. Now the thing is you need to actually know how to enhance images, because most clients will not have a professional photo shoot. Most of the time they'll just take the picture with their phones, and but you need to be able to actually enhance it in such a way that it looks good. For example, this particular picture for Blanche Bailey was taken with the smartphone. The picture for the cover art that I used was taken with the smartphone. But then I needed to figure a way out. In such a way that I can touch it in such a way that it works with whatever we're working on. So this image is
Yeah.
So please, I have a worry. I have issues with blending colors. It takes me a lot of time when it comes to design. That's one of the areas where I have issues with the colors, how to bring of that colors, how to bring about the colors. Yeah, I use a lot of time now to do my color selections. I don't know how I can work on that, because I take a lot of time, a lot. I'm like, no, this won't match, this won't match. I'm kind of confused. So how do I work on that area? Work on the area of color selection, like to reduce the time frame I used to select colors, because I find difficulties in selecting the right colors, like blending colors. I can so my issue came but I have issues but at the level of choosing colors. Like, I take a lot of time in choosing colors, so that's where I found a lot of difficulties in how to blend my colors and everything. That's where I find difficulties in.
okay. That's noted. We're going to look at that. So let me just continue with what uh, Creative Nexus was talking about. So after that, I'm going to answer your
All
question,
right.
and then I also give room for other questions. Is that okay?
Okay, sir.
Please know that we're going to attend to all your worries today, and then we also get to what we need to talk today, because today is our last day, so we need to be clear with everything. So no doubt, no worries, and every other thing. Okay. So with that, Creative Nexus. So as I was saying before, never interrupted. I was saying that pictures are the most crucial part of every design you get. So, and then most of the time, we need to as well know how to treat pictures very well, because some clients they will always send you pictures taken with their mobile phones. You get. They always send picture taken with their mobile phone. So, for example, this picture for that I did this flyer that I did for Blind Valley and Lady Pons. This picture was taken with a smartphone, but I had to look for a way to blend this picture. You get? I had to look for a way to make sure that okay, I touch it in such a way that it doesn't look like a normal mobile phone pictures. I don't know if you understand. So how do you do that? Most of the time, I play with camera raw. Where is the camera raw? This is the camera raw up here in filter. You go to filter, you play with the camera raw. Now with this camera raw, whenever you load a picture from the camera, when you shoot a picture from your camera directly and you load it here in your Photoshop, it opens the camera automatically. Because with that, the first of all, I have to touch it a bit. And again, I'll go to this with this camera roll since it's very important, and we don't have much time, so I'll not really talk more about it. But please note that camera roll is very essential. And before you start working on your camera roll here, make sure that you have converted this to a smart object. I've converted this to a smart object, and then also you have another copy so that you can always see the before and the after. You get, so you can always see the before and the after. So that's it. You need to open your camera roll and then also play along with all these features here, the lighting, the highlight, to make sure that the picture blends very well and then the picture also looks good. You get, so that it doesn't look like a smartphone picture. So that's what you need to understand. You need to do. So again, at the end of every design, if you notice at the end of every design, say I have different copies up here. At the end of every design, I always like use the camera roll again to retouch it, like make it look sharp, make it look make the all the highlight, the shadows to stand out well. So I play a lot with camera raw and adjustment layer and all these adjustment layers here. I play a lot of all of this. So I could do a course on all of that. I could do a whole tutorial on all of this, but I'm going to look at that. Is that okay? Please, who else can see my screen? Let me know. Or who can see my screen, please? Please let me know if you can see my screen.
I can see your screen, sir.
I can see
I
your
can see
screen,
your
sir.
screen.
Can you see my mouse moving around, please? Let me know.
Yes, I can see your mouse.
All right, thank you. All right, Larissa, maybe it's your network, please. It should be your network. All right, so that's the thing. You need to be able to know how to use all these adjustment layers. So the main thing here to make your design to pop, you need to understand how to use this here, all this adjustment layers here, and the last one here, which is the filter, which is the camera raw. Please know how to use this very well. If you can use these two very well, then you are good. Your design always pop at the end. I mean, in terms of enhancing images or enhance your final design. All right. So now, who asks about the other one? Let me see. Okay, Previs. I don't know if that's how to pronounce it. So, with choosing the right color, right? It has to do with the emotion that you need to pass out there. Now, I don't know if you have attended the class from day one. Please, who can answer that question? I think we did at the first class, or if not the second class. Please, who can answer that question? Who can answer the question, please? The question that Peps asks about color, about how to choose color. I need somebody to answer it. Just raise your hand, please, if you can answer. Anyone, please, let's save time. Or should I call names? Nobody. Okay, Cliff, this is what we said the other time. When you want to choose a color for your design, first thing first, you need to know who you are targeting. What are you targeting? Who are you designing for? Again, who are you designing for? Next, you also need to know the company. Who are you designing for? But now, what's the color of that company that you're working on? Their brand color. So that's what I mean when I say color. I mean their brand color. What's their brand color? You need to understand this thing. And thirdly, you need to also go to Pinterest. So please make Pinterest your best friend. You need to also go to Pinterest and look at what others has been doing with regard to what you're building, you're trying to design. Let's say, for example, this is my well, let me just say Pinterest. Just come here and say Pinterest, for example. What's Pinterest? Now, when I go to Pinterest, what do I want to design? Maybe I want to design maybe a club flyer, for example, or a social media flyer, or let me just say corporate flyer, or say business flyer, for example. business flyer, or let me say real estate flyer, so that to be specific. Real estate flyer design. Okay, now let's look at this. When you look at this now, right? You have other companies here. For example, we look at this. For example, now this is a real estate a company, and their brand color is blue. Please let me know if you can see my screen before I continue. Let me be sure that we're following up.
I can see it.
Thank you.
I can see your screen, sir.
All right, thank you. So this is the brand color of this company. You see, that's why they're using blue. So blue is their brand color. Now, if I go back again, still with this real estate, if I scroll down, you see this is another one here. Look at the brand color. The brand color is green and yellow. So if I look at the brand color is green and yellow, you can see here from their logo. You understand? So there's no way a company color can be green and yellow, and then you are instead using black and white throughout the design. Doesn't make sense. I don't know if you understand. So that's how you choose the color of let's say of a flyer. Again, now each color has a complementary color, and you need to understand this the 60 30 10% rule. 60 30 10% rule of color. Let me see. So you need to understand this perfectly. 60 30 and 10. This rule, please go to YouTube and type 60 10 30 10% color rules. Color rules. Please go to YouTube and type this and watch this particular video. There you go and watch it about this color rule. It's going to help you a lot to understand how to use colors in your design, both in UI design or both in your flyer design. You get. So if I come here, for example, let's look for this, for example. And this one is to not really understand better. So let me look for a design that has real colors. You get. Okay. Let me take this one, for example. This, right? So what's the 60% rule color here on this design? Please just type. Let me see. 60% rule. What's the 60% color? The 60% color in this design. Please type on the chat box. Inside the chat box. Red. Shall I say red? Who else agree with that? Creativeness is red. Who else agree with that? Please, I need at least five. Please, let's be fast. Let's be fast. Yes, Brian says red. Yeah. Okay, so red here is the 60% color rule. It's the 60% of colors in this design. Now, which one is 30%? 30%, please. Let's be fast. 30%. Somebody say black. 30%. Someone the criminal say orange. 30%. Let's look at it. Shall I say white? 30%. Please. You're not seeing it well. Let me zoom well. So let me zoom so you see it well. Gold. Please. Okay. I see gold. I see two gold. I see orange or white. Okay. Actually, the 30% here is white. Now, why is it white? Look at this. Why is it white? Look at all the text. All the text here has one color, which is white. You get. So all these colors here, they're all white. You get. The only gold color here is this concept. This life a concept. You get. Which is probably the 10. You get. It's probably the 10 because look at the quantity of text that are here that they have the same color. Look at it. You understand? So that's how you use the case. So there has to be a particular color that is dominant over every other color. I don't know if this one, if it's clear, but that's how you choose your color. Now, first of all, you choose color based on the brand color. You also choose color based on who you're communicating to, and also choose color based on what again. Now, the other color that you are going to follow, like they call them the complementary colors, has to do with what works and also the complementary color of their brand. Let me just take also get for you. Let me take this again for example. If you go to let me see this one instead. Now if you go to color.adobe.com, let's look at this. Remember, we'll talk about color rules as a way in which we can actually use colors perfectly. These are color rules here. So this is the website that I gave the last time. So let me just copy this and paste here. in case you want to follow up. This is that I just put in the chat in case you want to follow up. So now let's start with the first color rules. The very first one here is analogous. Now we said analogous color are colors that are closer to each other in the color wheel. As you can see, the analogous color here. It's analogous colors. They are closer to each other in the color wheel. Now let's go to the next one. Let's start with the monochromatic. Remember we said monochromatic is a color that has just a single color but with different shades and things. You get different shades and things, and the shade refers to the darker part of the image, while the things refer to the brighter part of the image. Or let's say, for example, let's say our primary color is let's say is red. Let's say our primary color of our company is red. It means that what with this particular red here, this are the actual red, which is this, which are the one that we are seeing here. You can actually copy this color and use. Now with this color, I can use it, and then these other ones here now I can actually use along with this color, and it works perfectly. Is that okay? Cliff, Cliff, I don't know if you're understanding. Please let me know if you understand or if you're getting me or.
Yes, I'm understanding, sir.
All right. So that's how. So firstly, all you need to do is just probably if you don't understand, if you don't want to maybe look for samples online, you can actually come to this website. It's powered by Adobe, the same Adobe Photoshop, the same company. Understand? So now you can just come here and input the color code that you want to, or you just come and choose the color around here. So and now once you choose the color, that again to give you the colors that works with this particular color. So all you need to do is you can just copy it here. And just click on this one here and copy it. Yeah, see, copy it. Now I can go to my Photoshop and maybe start a new document. This will start a new document. I have this document open already. So let me just draw a new shape like this. And then with this particular one, I can just give it the color of what I want, like this. Then this is where we paste the color, paste it here, and then say okay. So that's it. Now let's look at the next color, the next type of color, which we see triadic. These are colors that are equally or are evenly spread in the color wheel. Now tri means three, so probably there are just three of them. So if this has to be my first color, look at what happened. If the red here has to be my first color, know that if I use this particular color, it's still going to work. I can use this color along. If you notice, this is actually my complementary color. If you have noticed, the flyer that we did, the flyer design for this particular masterclass, it has is there. Let me see if I have it here. Okay, voila. So this is actually my complementary color. You understand? It works very well with this particular color, which is a plum red or pink. I call it whatever you want to call it. You understand? So it works perfectly like that. So you need to actually understand how these things work. So you need to just choose one or a single color, and you can always come and just copy the color code here, and then you see. So and now it doesn't mean that when all these colors shows up, it doesn't mean that you must use all these colors. No, you must not use all of them. So for example, this one, these two, that's what I usually use for my design. Yeah, I can tell you this one as other complementary colors, but then that's not what I want. So it depends on the vision and of your brand or who you're talking to and all the other stuff. Okay, there's a lot to that. But then we need to understand your brand colors. You need to work with respect to the brand colors and also to whom you're communicating with. So these are different. So you can always come here, start other complementary colors. Other complementary colors. You get some other complementary colors. And with that, right, you can always choose colors here. You can always choose colors based on this. Is that okay? I don't know if I've answered your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome. Okay, Creative Nexus, please go ahead. So I just posted
All
this.
right, sir. Yes, still in line with color.
Yes.
You said one of the things that should guide us should be, let's say, a company contacts me to do a design for them.
Yeah.
I have to take into consideration the corporate colors.
Yes.
Let's say, for example, MTN, we know that their main colors is yellow. They always complement yellow and blue.
Yes.
So let's say MTN now, they have a program for women. And we know that in design, a color that appears to women, especially to young girls, is pink.
Yes.
So if MTN is doing something targeting young girls, how will you complement the colors now to suit now that particular audience? Taking into consideration that MTN's colors are yellow and blue.
All right. First of all, orange color, MTN color is not just yellow and blue, as you said. They have yellow, they have blue. They have yellow, and they have this royal blue, and they have pink. You get. They have this, they have that pink as part of their brand, part of their complementary brand colors. I don't know if you have been following MTN King, you notice that they have pink as part of their complementary colors. You get it? So first of all, with that, you are definitely going to go with that. Again, if not, please make sure that you maintain the yellow that they're using. If you notice, even when I see talking about tech, right, they see the same yellow that as their main color. They don't change it. So whether you are working with, in as much as now the thing is they're going to give you. MTech cannot just ask, you cannot just give, you cannot just ask to design stuff for them like that. Okay, for example, last year I was working with the project. I was working on a project with Total Energy in Cameroon. I had to work on one document like that. So first of all, they started by sending me their brand guidelines. You get it? So MTech is a corporate agency that is very big, so they cannot just ask you to design like that without giving you hinting on what's supposed to be done. You get it? First thing first, they gave me the brand. I had to study that brand guideline for us, if I could even start designing, or if I could even start working, doing what they asked me to do. So I need to see how they work with the images. I need to see how they work with their colors, do your respective colors, how they work with their background, how they treat the images, how they align stuff, the typeface, when to use which one, when to use which one, when to use which one. I don't know if that's understood. So they will first give you their guideline, and they are going to tell you, and with that guideline, it's going to explain everything to you. If there's something that they're doing that, or of course, it's always there. It's somewhere inside that document that has it. These are big companies. Now, please do not improvise colors for corporate or for corporate companies. Please do not. You are going to look like an amateur to them because you are not following their brand guidelines. Is that okay? Please always use what they give you. Follow their brand guideline very well. Like I said, that's the first that they always give you. They give you their brand guideline to study. Same thing when I was working with the project during the African Nation Cup in Cote d'Ivoire. There was a project I was working with the African Union Sport Council, the Department of Sport. Before I even started working on that project, they had sent their brand guideline to study first. I had to study it. I do a draft sample and send it to them. They confirm before they send me a contract to sign. You get? So please do not improvise any color. You understand? I don't know if I've answered your question. Thank you, Chris.
Yes, you have. You have.
All right. Please, any other next question? Remember, today we're just talking, but if you have any issue, of course, Photoshop is open. We're going to look at it together. So please go ahead. Who has any other question, please? If you have any worries with regards, please just put your hand up. You have any issue? If there's any particular problem that you're facing, please let's chat. Let's chat, please. Somebody should, from the one to today, like, is there anything like, or is even in your design journey as a graphic designer, is there any issue? Okay, yes, Shai, please go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Are you getting?
Yes, I can hear you.
Please, when it comes to like the workspace of Adobe, the one that is on the right hand side that we use to like work the backgrounds, the layer and the rest. I don't know if when we collapse it, like to have that enough space to work on freely. I don't know how we can like back it back so we can see how that our colors and some properties placed on it.
Okay, with that, right, it's very simple. Always come to Windows. You can come to Windows here, you go to workspace and you go to reset essentials. When you set essentials, everything comes back. Is that okay?
But when the things come back, maybe you must have maybe the way you have structured the size of maybe you were to do a cover. Maybe you have set up all those stuff. When you do that part of the insertion and the rest, when it comes back, most of those things must have been taken off.
Like what exactly?
For example, if like you have taken your cover, you have set it to, let me say, that means you have put all those property like the 72 or whatever, you have chosen to inch things there and the rest, and you have started designing. And so when you design and then you save, like when you want to come back after you have I don't know how you call that thing again, like to reset it. After you reset it and you are back on that that workspace, when you want to do another design, when you come back to take another cover, out of the setting that you have done, you need to redo it again.
I don't know if I understand your question very well. But whenever you are now, one thing about design, you get about this design is that uh, you can always arrange your workspace. For example, I don't like working with all these things. I don't choose all these colors here. I don't like it at all. So what I usually do is that I'll
Yeah,
just like
because
I just take close tab. You understand? But I like
yeah.
this. I like properties. So what I usually do is that I'll take my property here and instead put it somewhere here. You get, and also I'll usually take all these things off. I don't use all these libraries because in fact I don't use libraries. I don't know if explain why I don't use it. I don't use libraries. So most of the time I'll just close it. I'll just close the libraries, and then with this one here I don't also use it. So I'll close all these things so that I have enough space here to work on. You get. Now another thing is that with this now you can actually save your workspace. You get. You can actually save your workspace.
Okay,
So and give it
okay.
and say a new workspace and then give it your name. Let's say GA Studio. So now if I create a new
Okay,
document,
okay.
if I create a new document like this, then I can just come here. If this is not what I have here, I can just come up here and go to workspace and I choose GA Studio. You see now, like I have my this GA Studio already selected. Let's say I choose any other one. Let's say so photography, for example. If you adjust it to suit photography, now I can try to change it back. Like I said, go to workspace and then change it back to GA Studio, which is your workspace that you have created. Every person has workspace. You get it. So that's how you can do it. I don't know if I answer your question. Please, all right, answer your question. Hello.
Yes, sir, you have answered it. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Please, any other person? What's any issue? Anyone with any issue? Any worries so far in design? Please let me know. Oh, yeah, you don't have any worries, nothing. Okay, creative nexus, please go ahead. Creative nexus, your hand is up. I don't know.
Okay. I'm saying that sorry, I'm over talking.
Oh, it's fine.
Just that okay. I have been I've not attended one class, but I watched it, and the Photoshop I'm using is Photoshop CS6. So I realized that it does not have that camera raw. So maybe I'll need to download and install the one that you shared in the group, the 2020 24. Yeah, 24. Then my question is that maybe you are still going to answer in the course of the evening. Like, okay, the advice you can give us as graphic designers that are still growing, like, because the challenge always comes from when somebody says, I want you to design me this, right? And you don't even know how you can tell the person that it costs like this. Or sometimes you give the person a price and the person says it's expensive. You don't even know how you can even back it up. Or somebody will feel like maybe not just for you adjust the two things so and they want to pay you maybe I don't know 2K or 1K or something like that. So how, as a graphic designer, if you are confident that you are doing a good work, how can you really price your services and the client will not feel reluctant paying?
Okay. Thanks so much for that question. Actually, that's something that we're supposed to come to, and that's something we need to really talk about. You get that's something we need to talk about. So, now let's start with the. We're coming there. Of course, we're definitely going to talk about that. But then let's start with the what we're supposed to do today. Let me see. Let me see. Let's start with what we're supposed to do today. Yeah. Okay. So, like I said, let's just 1 minute. Okay, so I said today we're going to look at how to present your project, and then also that we're going to look at the building a design portfolio and also talk about creatives, which is what you're asking, and then any feedback again in case you have any. So now let's start with the final project. Let's start with you presenting your, let's see, your portfolio, stuff like that. Now, as a designer, okay, before I continue, one last question, please go ahead.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. Sir, how do you handle a situation where a client gives you work to do? You do it perfectly, like you present the work to the client, but the clients still brings up some certain problems. And you know that if you adjust the design to what the clients want, it's not going to look good. But the client still insists that you still do it. So how do you handle such a situation? Because I've come across such a situation where a client will tell me like this color doesn't match, and I'm like, it's for this event. I think it will be perfect. And the person's like, no, that I was supposed to put the text like this and the text. So that I almost got annoyed, but I had to just calm down. So, sir, how do you handle such a situation?
Thank you again, Clips. Actually, that's something I was supposed to also talk on, but then let me just answer it. Now, those are things that are, in fact, they're inevitable in design. You get, they always come up. So now, as I always say, the client is the king. And trust me, some clients will come and they will tell you that they know what they want. They know the design. And trust me, when a client is like, they know the design, it becomes those are typical clients to work with. And also, you need to have an open mind as a designer. This is what I always tell any designer. Have an open mind. If I myself, those are things that I have on a daily basis. Okay, those are things that happen on a daily basis. Even like yesterday, today, so those are things that happen all the time. Okay. So you need to have an open mind. Sometimes these clients are actually right. Try to also see things in their perspective. And trust me, sometimes they're very wrong, and most of the times. So you need to, first thing is that you need to also understand who, secondly, you need to understand, you need to know who you're working with. Whether the person actually know what design is. Again. So now, as they always say, design, the fire is the customer is the king and stuff like that. So what I usually do is, if you insist, of course, I don't want headache. I just put it the way you want and give it to you. Not that thing will never feature in my portfolio or any of my social media. You understand? That thing will never feature on any of my social media or any of my portfolio whatsoever. Wherever I post my stuff in, they will not be there. So you notice that at the end, not all the things that you design will always feature on your social media handles, so that someone can go as your portfolio project. Not all of them will feature there. Is that okay? So sometimes, just to avoid headache, please just do what they want and give it to them. No stress, because sometimes if you want to stress yourself, you might have migraine and all the rest. So please, this is what I usually do, and this is also the advice I usually give to any person that asks me this question, because this question always come up. It comes up all the time. How do you handle such project, such issue? If the client does not want to take the advice that you're giving, just do what they want and give it to them. Okay. Because even that's cut across, because again, we're not at a level where we have choice. We need the money. You need the money. So it's not like we have choice, because at some point when you're that big, you even choose client, you even choose to work with as a client, as who you are, you even choose the client that you want to work with. So that's the thing. As of now, when they over insist, please just do what they want and give it to them, and then should take their money and leave. I don't know if you have answered your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay, please. The other question, please, can you just ask again so that I can just give a summary of that question, so that I can just run over about another round of that. I think it was Creative Nexus, right? Hello.
Yes, I asked my question already. It was about pricing and
Okay,
all of that. You
pricing.
said you will talk about it. Yeah.
Okay, pricing. Okay, starting with pricing, right? Like there's this funny saying that anybody get the cover. You get, and that's the truth. Anybody get the cover. Any bemben pot get the cover. So that's what I always tell, even as a beginner, even if you start designing today, trust me, you know that you have clients that are really willing to pay you for what you can give them, like for what value you can give them. There are clients that can never pay more than 1,000. for a design. They can never. To them is like this one big thing. Like they are seen as they see like there was a talk that I was invited to talk about this same thing. People, most business owners view design as luxury. They don't see it as what they need. They don't really see the importance of the design. You get. So at every given point, you need to charge what you can, what you can offer. I'll not ask you to go and charge 100K or to go and charge 1 million. Or because I charge 1 million for logo design, you should go and charge 1 million for logo design, for brand identity design. No. You need to charge what you can deliver. Let me tell you my own story, for example. I when I started first cover art, when I started designing, my first cover art, I was paid 2,500 my first cover art. You get. But today I charge up to $150. $150 for a single cover art, for a simple cover art. That $150 should be about maybe 70, 80,000. I don't know if that's up to 100,000. I don't know. You get. That's how I've been able to build, and people pay, So that's why I said at every given point, we also have a client for whatever you charge, and please don't overcharge and don't undercharge. Trust me, this is what I always tell any designer: you charge depending on who is in front of you. If you come to me with a particular project, the one I'm going to charge you is totally different from if someone to come to me with that same project. Because if I call some certain figures, he will feel like maybe I cannot deliver, that kind of standard. Let me see, maybe let's say he came with maybe the project, let's say this food JC stuff that was going on. Let's say someone tried to approach me with that maybe we should work on something like that, the JC and stuff like that. And then I'll go ahead, maybe I charge him maybe just some hundreds of thousand, or maybe this is that's some certain amount of money, you understand? This man will definitely feel like I'm not going to deliver quality, quality something. Because now if I charge higher, you feel like, I feel like maybe the way he has charged, he actually knows what he's giving. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. So you need to charge with regards to what you can offer. I used to design, like I said, I used to design cover for 2.5 back then. But I charged even especially for album. I charged the whole 100,000 for album cover. Same thing with logo designing. I remember when I started designing logo, there was a time that I designed one logo for one guy for 5,000, and there was another one. One guy came and paid 15,000 for a logo. I was like, wow. And then I even launched a logo design campaign where I was designing logo for 10,000. And with the 10,000 was like a campaign. So I had somebody that was bringing the clients, and I was the designer. So we share equal 50-50. So we brought clients, I designed. So meaning I was actually designing for 5K. And within that period, I think I designed like 100, like how many was it? I designed like 10 to 15 logos. You get it? And the good thing is that after that, so many people still came back and had to work with me. So that was my gain. So when I designed that 15 logo, we shared the money equally between me and that guy. You get it? So that's the thing. At every given point, you need to charge what you can deliver. So and then I left from that 15K, I started charging 20, now I started charging 25. I left from 15K to 25. And then now one day I had the project to work on. It was a challenge. I reached out to one of my friend, very good friend. He was very good designer, but now he's no more designing. So I got to him. We had a discussion, and then he told me, I said, bro, how much do you charge for a logo? He said 5,000. When I got home that day, I changed my price to 5,000, and I was so confident about it because I was not sleeping. I was learning. So I was not always sleeping. I was not charging what I cannot deliver. So I changed my logo, my price tag to 15K, to 35K, sorry. And that's how I started charging 35,000 for a logo. And then again, some years after studying what design is all about, after studying logo design, after taking courses, I took my logo design to 50,000. So that's how I've been improving. And then today, for just a simple logo design, I charge between 200,000 or I mean, I'm not talking about the brand identity project. I'm talking about a single just a logo, the mark itself. You get. So it starts from like 200,000. So that's to tell you how I've been able to move from one step. So you don't just start charging a certain amount, and also you need to, like I said, you need to charge depending on who is in front of you. So that goes to any other design that you're working on. Trust me, you know do fly for 5K onto you maybe build a house, buy a car now. That's not possible. It's not possible. You cannot. You get. So it's better. And then again at every given point, so you're going to filter some certain clients. New clients are going to come in, and some others are going to go. You get. Because like I will give an example. When I started designing for 10K, I left from 5K to 10K. I filtered a lot of clients left. When I moved from that 10K to 15K, there's still some left, some came. I left from 15K to 20K, just like that. You understand? 20K, 25K, 25, 30, 30, 35, 35, just like that. So at every given interval, people leave and other people join. That's how life is. So please, you need to work based on that. Don't charge what you cannot deliver. If you're charging millions for brand identity, please make sure that it's deliver worth million. Check other big design agencies. Check what other big designers. Look at what they design. Check how much they charge. Sometimes just go to Instagram and try to hire a designer for a project and hear what he has to say, and how also what he's going to provide to you. Sometimes I just do that. Right, there was a time I had to actually reach out to this guy on Instagram to hire him for a job. No, it's not anywhere. Like I did not end up hiring him, but I just wanted to see how much he charged and then what he gives as value. So we had that discussion, and then I was just like, oh, bro, that's way above my budget, and we ended there. You understand? So sometimes you need to have this kind of conversation with people in order to actually know what how they charge, so that you can actually also know how to charge and how to also discuss with clients. I don't know if I can answer your question. Jesus.
Yes, you have. You have. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right. Any other question, please? Okay, now let's talk about working on your portfolio. Please, normally as a graphic designer from the day one that we started having this class, you're supposed to have a social media. I know that some of you have social media presence and some of you have social media pages. So, and some of you have accounts. So, firstly, for a client to take you seriously, on that very first day that I created this class, you needed to start posting about every little thing you learn on this class on your social media. So sometimes the client will just come and they just go through your profile, look at what you've been writing about, how you learn, how it's going to help you, just because, and also how you can put it in their projects so it helps them. Clients are more afraid of what they will lose than what they will gain. You get. So if you're telling clients that see, if you don't do this, this is the amount of money that you're going to lose. Trust me, they'll start rushing you. But if you tell them that when you do this, you gain this, you do this, you gain this, they're already making money, so they're not really interested. But they are more afraid of what they're going to lose than what they're going to gain. So you need to attack them from that perspective of losing something for you to so that they can rush you and then get you to do whatever you want, like you can do to make sure that they don't lose whatever they want to lose. So please, that's so on the very first day you're supposed to start, posting out things, posting design, whatever design, or posting what you've learned. Now all the assignment that I give, normally you're supposed to design and post on social media and write about it. That's how you do their portfolio. Also, it helps to track at the end to be able to track your progress to see if you're actually progressing or if you're learning something or you're unlearning something. I don't know. So please, that's what you're supposed to start working on from the very first day. And also, if you're a designer and you don't post your work, sorry. People, if a whole Coca-Cola still advertise till today, who are you? I mean, Coca-Cola that we know. If they see advertise, they still do adverts, they still post on their social media, they do everything. Even let's not even go right up to Coca-Cola. MTN, that they have their direct contact, that they can just send whatever they want to send to you on your phone via message. If they still do post on their social media to get that presence, who are you not to post on your own social media? So please, you need to always post on your social media. I know it's hard. It's hard to be consistent, but please, you try as much as you can. Now, talking about building a portfolio, and also presenting your work. Please, people relate more with something that feels real. For example, if you're designing a flyer and actually want people to actually feel like this flyer, you need to present it in a mock-up. When presenting design in a mock-up, people tend to value it that much in such a way that every time you see you like look real, more people reach out to you rather than just posting a single flyer, just posting. Do a mock-up. Please, you need to just this thing now. Do a mock-up. And also share a design process. This is very important. Clients are much more important on behind the scene. When you see they're behind the scene, they will know that okay, this person needs to go maybe copy something online. Yeah, maybe the person needed to actually sit down, think, sharp out something on the piece of paper, and start implementing what they implemented on their Photoshop based on what they had drawn on the piece of paper, based on what they have been thinking about, So please show your design process and also be open to feedback. Like I was saying, clear. Sometimes when a client says something, try to look from both angles. Try to look from their own angle and see. Some of them actually, some of the time, some of them are right. You get so try to also have an open mind and be open to constructive feedback. And trust me, not all clients will have to give you that constructive feedback. I'll give you this example. There was a time that I was working on this project, on this logo for a client, it's a local label. So when I sent the draft, the client only sent the logo, the sample that you wanted, and asked me to recreate it and then do some adjustment. I did it and sent it to the client. The client told me that I can do this even with my phone. What rubbish is this? That's not a constructive criticism. But then I was like, should I reply this client rudely or I just ignore the client? They could not that the client had paid me before, even before paid me full money that I asked. I think that was like 35,000 pounds. Yeah, pay me that money. So I was like, should I even just ignore this client or I should just go hard on this client? Or I just say, okay, let me calm down. I could calm down myself. I said, okay, sir, so this is what I've presented and this is what you asked me to do. So how do you think we can move from here? What do you think I need to change? What do you think I need to tweak? Like, what do you think? Which approach do you think I can, how do you think I can make these things look better the way you want? And you can just say, okay, I feel like maybe if you do this one like this one like this, you do it like this, I think it's going to look better. I think it's going to be what I wanted. Again. So I took that from that client. I went ahead and implemented it just as he asked. And the next when I said to you, the message I said, what? Perfect. So sometimes some clients doesn't just know how to communicate. They don't know how to be like to give a constructive criticism. So please also always have an open mind. Don't go hard on those clients. Trust me, the way you treat the client will determine whether they're also going to come back or not. And also know that there's a difference between a client and a customer. You get a client and a customer. So customer is someone that comes always come back to you, always come back to you. Client is someone that will just come and go. You never see him again. You get so please the main aim here is to have those that always come back again. So have that customer. So have that try to build that customer experience. So that when somebody comes to you, they will never leave you again. And that's how I'll be able to sustain myself. See, you get my business depends on no one. If this client leaves today, I'm okay the next client. This one leaves today, I'm okay the next one. You understand? So you have to build that kind of system. All right. So far about presenting your work, is there any issue, please? So take note this. In order to present your work, first thing first, use mockups. Use mockup to present your work. Then show your design process and also be open for constructive criticism. So these are the main three taken from this point to note. Is that okay? Please let me know if you're following up. Is that okay, please? Is that okay? Please let me know. Let me know.
Yes, sir, it's okay.
All right, thank you. Okay, so next, now let's look at portfolio. Let's talk about portfolio. Now, know that not all your flyers, all your designs are supposed to be on your portfolio. It's not the must actually. So you can just have like 4 or 5. Okay, can we see example of a design mockup? I think, do you have any? Yes, I think I have any. Let me see if I have some of this. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see if I have these things. Let me see. Oh, really? Okay, let me see. Mockup. No, so there's not a mockup. Okay, I think this one should have it. Let me open this so you see. Okay, can you see my screen, please? I want to be sure that you're seeing my screen. Can you? Please let me know if you can see my screen. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So let me just show what the mockup is. Now look at this. This is a design mockup. I don't know if I can zoom this to show people. Okay. So after designing this logo, I could not just send this directly to the client. So I had to show up some presentation, how it looks like in real life. So I told the client, okay, if they have to, because remember, visuals speak more than words, that's the way I say. So with this, the client already know how it's going to look like on a t-shirt. If they needed to print on the back, they know how it's going to look like. So I already show how it's going to look on this back and on business card, mobile phones, stuff like this. So same thing here. I had to show how this one is going to look like on a t-shirt. How it's going to look like if they have to do a flag, if they have to do like a cap, business card, t-shirts, shirts on cars. Understand? Same here. I had to show how if they have to shoot, but how it look like. So mock-up, please, very important when you're presenting your work. See the same thing here. Business card. Okay, is that okay? I want to answer your question, Odnia. I don't know if I've answered your question, please. If it's clear, just let me know. Can you just type? All right, good. So that's it. So please always present your stuff in mockups. All right. Now, let's go talk about portfolio, right? Now with the portfolio, you don't need to have, like I said, you don't need to have everything in your portfolio. So 4 to 6 strong projects, please emphasize on the keyword strong. Don't just do any, have a very strong portfolio. So, and then now include the concept development, like sketches, iterations, how you went back and forth with the client. Now, if you have watched my video, there's a video on your YouTube channel that I posted about how I did this particular project. This blind Bailey project. There's a video that I posted on how they want a design process. If you have not watched it, please go back and watch it, the entire tutorial. Now, even in that tutorial, I explained how the back and forth I went with blind Bailey. Because trust me, each time you send it, you do a flyer, there's no way. It's very difficult for you, even as an expert, to just design like that and send to the client, and the client just approve without even saying anything. There's always be some tweak from here to here to here to here. There always be something to adjust, So, so if you have not watched it, go and watch it. So please, when you're designing, show the concept, like sketches, do sketches, like show the iteration process on how you went between back and forth. That's how people tend to trust you more. They know that, okay, you don't just go to Google something and you just copy it and give it to them. You actually go through a whole design process. You get. And also, please add mockup on your publish mockup on your portfolio, so that it looks real, so that it shows that so that it look realistic, not just some kind of funny flag. Like this how it's going to look like in real life. You get. If there was a billboard project, do a billboard project. The entire project for Cozy Concept that just passed, I'm still going to do I'll do the entire, I'll do a whole portfolio project on that. It's going to take a lot of time, so I'm currently working on it. So with that, you're going to see the entire design process, how it went from which step to which step, and how everything was presented, and all the different prints around. So that's the thing that you need to do. Show how this thing needs to work. Let me see if I have a sample here. Let me see if I have a sample here. Canal. Let me see if I have some stuff on Canal. Let me see. Okay, now look at this. Look at this document. So with this document, right? Now look at this document. So this is the whole Cozy branding project. You get the whole branding. So if you look at this, continue scroll. Okay, see. Now with this, you're already seeing how the entire concept is going to look like. Look at this presentation. 3D, like you are seeing everything. See, all the design. So I'm going to do I'm going to do a whole portfolio, a whole design, like portfolio that's going to look like this, like has all these things. So we see how it's going to look like. So with this, I did not just design this thing and send like this is it. I had to show it how it's going to look like when you print on those things. For some of you that are in Cameroon and you have been to Douala and Canal Olympia, you understand what I'm showing here. Or for some of you that were at the concert, you understand better. So you already show how this is going to look like. So there's no way you can present something like this and the client say no way. Although there's okay again, let me just say no way because there's some cases where clients will tell you that no, I don't feel it. You understand? So yeah, so that I need to go back to work. So I'm just saying an example of a portfolio work, how mockups work. It's very important, please. Okay, so let me start from here. So that's how you need to present if you need to present your stuff like that, like this. Now, so let's look at the top platforms for your portfolio. The very first one that I'll recommend for all of you here is first of all, Behance. Behance is a website that provides opportunity, provide that platform for people, for designers or for creatives to put in your portfolio. You can go to behance.com and then you see there. Let me just go to behance.com here. Behance.net, sorry, .net, not .com. Behance. So this is Behance here. So when you go to Behance, also please Behance for especially when you're working with logo, please always go to Behance for ideas. You can see it here. So let's look at my portfolio. I don't actually have portfolio that kind of portfolio person on Behance, but then you can see this is some of my work here. This is my portfolio. You can see this is my name here. In case you want to follow me, you can follow me here. So this is my background, my cover page. You can come here and read. Now this is some of my project that I've worked on. So if I click on it, you're going to see this entire project. I not really detail it on how I work on it, but I just shared, like a document on how about the company, how I went, the mission, the vision, the iteration, the idea behind it. As you can see, I don't just go ahead and start designing. I have to think, and as you can see, everything's in this document. So in this presentation, so you can come back here and watch it. And then there's another one too. This one is another stuff that I did for a client in the US. It's the same thing. So here you can actually go through this and then you read, so you understand why we did what we did. So we did not just go ahead to design. We had to do some finding, have a mood board, sketch things out, come up with some samples, and then propose so many of them, and then do one finally when then now how then the colors and every other. So we can actually come back and read it. And also when I had to show how it would do like on a mobile app. So you can see it on Bboard. So these are mockups, please. These are mockups. Okay, you don't know what a mockup is. So these are mockups. All this now are online. You can just download and change the text. All this now online, free to download. Okay. So for the masterclass, for the professional masterclass, please. Also, there's a mentorship in case you want me to mentor you. There's something that there's a mentorship. It's also paid. So for the masterclass, I'm also going to show you how to get all these things, to get all these mockups, and also how to come up with something like this. Remember we were talking about publication designs. This is an example of a publication design. This is what you call a brochure. It's trifold brochure. So these are all these things we want to learn how to design them on that professional masterclass. And then stuff like this. We want to play along with all of these things. Social media design, Bboards, and even office. You're going to bring this in an office, it's going to go like this. And then for bags, you see how it looks. So this is how you present your logo to a client. Don't just present the client a flat image and you want the client to say, wow, it looks nice. You need to present something like this so the client actually know. So this is it. You can take a time and go through all of these things. So this is our Bboard design. So you can see how I have to make make sure that my picture, the grading of my picture looks like the actual brand color, you understand? So if you look at it, you understand, and also how to place the logo. So there's a lot in their offices how you have to do like stuff like that. Car mock-up, a lot of things. So you need to have all of these things. So there are so many other projects here that you can go through. So I'm going to drop the link to my Behance here, so in case you want to follow me and in case you want to see what I usually do. Let me drop the link here. Maybe someday you can organize a class on designing mockups. Yes, probably we can do that, designing mockups. That's not an issue, but then we'll look at that. Okay. So another one is Adobe Portfolio. Actually, Adobe now has a portfolio where you can actually share your work. And there's also Canva. And the most common one that people do is Google Drive. Like they will create a Google Drive folder and then include everything inside, like put everything I've been working on inside. Maybe they'll come there, so there'll be a folder called in their Google Drive. There'll be a folder called portfolio, and then inside that portfolio, you have maybe say logo design, for example. Now under that logo design, that all the folder has all the logo that they've created. They have flyer design and they have all the other design and stuff like that. So you can actually create a Google Drive and put all your stuff inside. And then whenever the class asks for your whatever you'll be doing or for your portfolio, you can just send the link to your Google Drive. But to me, it doesn't look that professional. So you can use Behance, and the Behance looks good, so you can see the entire presentation. And so you can also have your social media. Please make good use of your social media. Make good use of your social media. It's very important. It's very, very important. So please note that. Like so for the social media, I'm going to recommend Facebook. I'm going to recommend Instagram. I'm going to recommend LinkedIn. Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. These three are so important that you cannot even neglect it. And then also make use of TikTok. Don't forget that. So please take note. So that's it with portfolio. Now, let's look at some freelancing platform where you can land gigs. The first one is Upwork. Upwork is very good, but they're all saturated. I'll tell you for sure that Upwork is saturated. There's also Fiverr, there's 99 Designs, there's TopTal. So these are where it's some platform where you can actually like do search for jobs, apply for jobs. So let me just place the platforms here in case you want to follow. You want to check them out. Easy. I just put this thing on the chat so you can take it there. And then so the tips I'm going to tell you here is that learn to be your online presence. Learn to be your online presence. So how do you learn to be your online presence? Look at what other people are doing, other pro designers are doing, how they're posting their work, how they go along to communicate. So they copy, try it out. All right. So now, please keep learning. There's no way you can learn this thing. I've been learning this thing from since 2016. I've been learning how to design since 2016 till today. I'm still learning. I still take courses everywhere. Whenever I see a course that I feel like it worth it, I take it. I just finished one from Nigeria. It was very good. A brand design course, very good. In case you want to take a brand design, I'll advise that you do that. This Geneva school. It's very good. It was so nice. Like whatever was shared there was so powerful. And I learned a lot. So please make sure you keep on learning. It's very important. Use YouTube, which is free. There's a platform called Skillshare. It's not free, you pay for it, but it's very affordable. And there's also other communities. Please start small and volunteer. Reach out to people. So please, your first class should be your neighbors, your friends. Reach out to them. Tell them that you want to work, or you want to work with them. You want to share their work. You want to, even that Mama Akrada should say Akrabi is beside your house. Tell them that you can do the flyer so they can post and people come and buy. Your friend that is doing delivery, tell him or tell her that you want to offer a free flyer for something like that. That's how I'll be able to grow myself throughout. So that tomorrow, whenever they post it, somebody must ask, who did that? And then they'll say, this was you did it, and then they'll start following you and they start come down, price them, and not overprice, just that small. All right. So that's it. So please volunteer and collaborate with people. Do passion projects. You will not always work on pet projects, like I said. Also track your progress. And now, how do you track your progress? You need to keep posting your work, so you see how you've been able to build yourself from how you started to wherever you are. You get. So whenever I go through my profile on Facebook, I'll see my old works. I'll be like, wow, so this is how far I've come. You get. So please always take time to study, to also just track yourself, look at what you've been doing before and what you're doing now. If they are the same, it means that you're not progressing. Or if the one that you did before is way better, it means that you're instead, going back. All right. So, and like I said, the best way to learn is working on real world projects. Please type people, reach out to people, tell them that what you can do. I remember when I started, I usually reach out to bloggers. I tell them, bro, I want to work with you. I'll be doing all your graphics, but all I need is that if somebody wants something like this, you should tell me. You should give me the project that I do it. But then I'll do everything for you for free. I usually reach out to bloggers. Some even refuse to work with provide support. Okay. So that's how I'll be able to build myself to you today. You get it? So please try. Reach out to people. Don't think that you always sit and people will always reach out to you. Do code DM. Let me shock some of you. I work with some of you know me personally, and some of you know that I work with almost all the artists in Cameroon. But one thing you need to understand is that not all these people reach out to me. Some reach out to them. Like I wrote them on their pages. And also I look for their WhatsApp and wrote them. Again, I wrote them and they replied. I not just wrote I wrote them and then I showed them what I've done. They went through, they saw that okay, no, this person he has a potential value that he can offer that will probably need. It's something that we're lacking. I draft a whole a whole proposal on a letterhead of J Studio and sent it to them. I sent it via mail and I also sent it to them on WhatsApp. Their management. So please do call DM. Reach out to people. And also once you are working, whenever you do something for somebody, ask the person to recommend you, ask the person to talk about it, or ask the person to mention you whenever they are posting. If go along to help. That's how you build yourself, that's how you get known. I'll see this an example again. In 2019, I used to design for Blaze B. I think it was 2018, 2019. I was designing for Blaze B. So whenever I design, whenever he posts, he tag me. Whenever he posts, he tag me. And it was through Blaze B that I started working with Kamini. You get it? So that's how it goes. So I did one client flyer for Blaze B. So Kamini was like, "Chris, who did this?" And he said, "I did it. Just ask my number." He gave me. Then the first week that we did was Bolo, or some of it I do Bolo by Kamini. I did the cover back then in 2021, I think, 2020, like that. That's another year. But that was because I've been doing stuff for Blaze B for free, and even before I go to work with Blaze B, I've been support for somebody that was working with Blaze B for free. And before I even got to work with somebody the other person was working with Blaze B, I was doing stuff for one other person before the other person saw. So it's the chain. It's a chain. So and it's bit by bit that you keep on climbing until you ever reach a limit, which was not possible. You can never really just reach a limit like that. All right, so that's it from me, and I think that's basically all. Please, and also one last thing: always celebrate yourself. Don't overwork yourself out. Take times to enjoy, have fun, feed your brain very well. Because if the brain is not functioning well, trust me, you will be creatively blocked. If you start a project and it's not going, stop it. Hold back, cover it. Go get something else, do something else, and then come back to it later on. Come back to it later on. It's going to feel different. Don't overfocus. If it's working on a project that is not going, the idea is not coming. Just pause it and pull back. And come back later. Trust me, it's going to be totally different. You're going to feel like the energy is going to come back full, and it can. Trust me, the outcome will just be the best. So please always make sure that you eat very well. You feed your brain with eat foods that are actually going to feed your brain very well, and also have enough rest. All those people that this billionaire used to sleep 2 hours a day, it's a lie. You need to sleep very well, but don't just sleep too much as well, because you only regret when you get old. So please, those are things I need to take into consideration, and always, be nice to your clients, and always ask them to prefer you. That's basically it. So, what else? Any question, please? And also, one last thing, I'll say congratulations to all of you. For some of you that have been there from day one till today, I'm really happy that you all joined this class, and trust me, it means a lot to me. I know that within this class, we're about the entire class is about 300, about 400, like I think it's about 390 on 300 something. So now look at the number that is kind of concluding the entire class, or just about 11. It's not up to 10%. It's not up to 10%. It's not that bad. No. I mean, you get what I'm trying to say. So that's just what I'm trying to say is that the number that's in like the kind of concluding this class is kind of small with respect to the number that is like that's how this thing is. When you start something like people will show up, but at the end they might think that it's going to be easy, because to me there's nothing easy in this life, and also nothing is difficult. It just depends on how you go about it. So again, congratulations to all of you. And in case you want a certification, or sorry, not certification, please, I don't offer certificate. I offer attestation of completion. Okay. In case you want attestation of completion, please you can reach out. And please know that if you have to reach, if you are reaching out, it's a paid class, it's a paid or something. And also, I need to see proof of work first, so that you don't take a decision somewhere and they say, "Who taught you?" You say me. No, if you unless you are doing something, unless you have like something portfolio, or we have something that you have been doing throughout, and I can see it from day one. That's the only case. That's the only way I can give you. And also, there's a class coming up. Please don't forget. So I'll be working with some of you here, and I'm also going for those that are in Douala. I'm going to write a survey in the group for those that are in Douala. You can, so you can reach out. So we have like a meet. Can meet. I don't mind meeting some of you here one on one, so we share more about my entire journey as a designer. I can share this thing here from now to tomorrow, but then we don't have that much time. So if you can organize a meet and greet, or not like meet and greet, sorry, a meet and chat, as we creative meet and chat. We can meet at maybe one cafe. We chat, we walk, like have a walking session. For those that are just interested, you can just reach out. So we look at that. And for those that are in Douala, or for those that can come to Douala, so reach out, look for a deal. And also, we're also going to post something like that online. So maybe that are here. Okay, so please take classes, take mentorship seriously. Take classes and mentorship seriously. Join Facebook groups are very important. Facebook group, Discord servers, there's Reddit threads. Can join all of these things and be reading and learn. You know that you learn every day. Create at least 30 minutes to learn something every day. Trust me, in a year, it's going to be a lot. All right, so far we don't talking. So please let me know if you have questions. Please bring questions. So this is our last day, so we have enough time to chat. If there's anywhere that you're not getting in, there's something that you missed, if there's something that you want us to talk about, maybe if you have any question about my design journey, how, or you've seen my flyer, you want to know how I did some certain things, please, this is the time. Because after this class, I might not have that chance again. Please go ahead if you have any. Okay, Brian, so there's a question here. Please, can you share website or platform where we can get resources like Mockups? Okay, there are a lot of them. I'm going to just show you some of these things here. Let me see. The very first one is free, is on Blast. It's onblast.com. Please on Blast here. You can get new nice mockups, fonts, and everything. Let's just come here and let's say a billboard, for example. Billboards. So you see billboard, you can now use all mockups and they're all free. You can download them here and use. Like this is the one I use on my project that I showed you guys. You can see, come here, you see some of the mockups that I've used so far on my design. All of these things here are free. It's not that they're all free, and there are a lot of them here. So let me just drag this and drop the chat so in case. So there's so many of them. Just go to Google and type. Mockups. Type free mockups. You will see a lot of them. Or just type a free mockup. Even let's see if I come. Even if I say back mockup. Let me say back. I don't need to type mockup. You say back. See different backs. See. Or let me just say t-shirt. T-shirt. See. These are all different t-shirt. All these things are all free and are editable. They're all free. So you can download all of them. They're all free here. All right, the entire process from the idea concept to okay. Well, when you have a logo, first of all, or when a client reaches out to you for you to design a logo, they always first will give you their brief. They share with you what they want you to. They'll share their design brief with you. Okay. Even if they don't share, you need to ask for it. So when you go to design brief, now you call them. You guys have a conversation. You ask them a specific question. So with that specific question, now you get to understand. You ask the right question, please. You're not asking any random question. You're asking the right question. So you get to understand their vision, their mission, where they're heading to, why they're doing what they're doing. Because when somebody asks me that I should design a logo, I should design them a logo, I always ask this question. It's like, why are you designing a logo? Why do you need this logo for? Like, so those right questions and you know. So I don't do with that. Let me show you a typical example of my questionnaire. So you can see 9 states. So these are the recent one I've worked with. So I recently worked with 9 different clients, 9 different questionnaire, and they're all different. They feel differently. So there I just asked about what the name, what the brand name, and the current business website they have, industry. So we see this is my questionnaire. How the brand was a person, how would they call it, or which one here best describe it? I list them all of I list all of them. Now this particular form, this particular one, it helped me to understand the company way better, so that I don't do any design that they will come out. There will be a lot of iteration. This will also avoid a lot of back and forth with the client. So for those that will be attending the free, they will be joining the masterclass, have access to all of these resources. Yeah, they can also duplicate and then trick it the way they want and stuff like that. So this is it. So okay, so with the logo design question, I always start by asking the right question. You get asking the right question, like asking question like, what's your brand about? What's your brand about? And when they answer the question, okay, I'll ask for the mission, the vision, and the reason why they need it. They feel like they need a logo, because sometimes the client does not need a logo. Actually, the client need to learn. Maybe need a marketer, someone that can actually market their product very well. Let me give you a typical example. Someone that just starts selling dresses online does not necessarily need a logo. The person needs someone that can instead like tell more people that this is what I do. Okay. But now in the long run, the person needs an identification mark. That's when somebody look at just see the person like, okay, this on this person and this is what the person is doing. So he did so that's why now the person needs to come up with a logo. And the logo does not necessarily mean that it should be a dress or it should be one hanger hanging somewhere or like something related to that. It could be just something unique that just simply identify that particular person. And now because you already know that okay, this is what this person is doing, when you just look at the logo, like it just reminds you that okay, this is what this from this person, and this is what the person is doing. You get it? So that's it. That's it with the logo. So once you are done, as you already understand all those things, you can start now. You can look for some ideas. Look at what other people have been doing. Other people in the same industry, what have they been doing before? You go through and then now you start doing you come up with your mood board. Now you start your sketch. Once you're done with your sketch now, you can put it in Photoshop. Sometimes some designers will have to send the sketch to the client to choose. My son will put in some put in Illustrator first and convert it into a vector file. And they send it to photo file, literally just black and white, and they send it to the client for the client to choose. And then when the client choose, maybe to narrow it, maybe because you're not sending just one sample, you're sending so many different samples. You get when you send different samples, the client will probably choose the best to read. Now you narrow it down, come now with maybe a mock-up presentation for all it to read. And then once you're done with the mock-up, you send it back to the client and the client to the final one, and then you go ahead and do the final presentation. You get so that's how you do it. And then after that now you do the proper delivery. Which one you do? What different aspect are you delivering? Are you giving it stuff like that? Is that okay? Is it meant to answer your question?
Yeah, you have. You have.
All right. So that's basically it. Is any other question? If there's no other question, that's basically it for this masterclass. And again, thank you all once more for joining. I really appreciate your coming, and trust me, and I think it's still open for those that want the mentorship program, for those that want to continue with the main masterclass, you can always join. It's my team service. All right, so that's it. If there's no other question, I think that's it for today, and that's it for the masterclass. So thank you all. I'm going to send a questionnaire, so you feel what you think about the masterclass, so that next time we organize one, you can perfect it from there. We can perfect from there. So that's it. So if there's no other question, please, I want to close the chat so you can copy this all this resources, all this portfolio here, all these things here. So, and also look for great designers platform. Follow the great designers on social media platform. Also, you can follow me. Okay, about the masterclass, like I said, it's a 1 month masterclass, which after that you can see to continue. And the class costs 60,000 francs. 60,000 francs. Oh, $100, and it's intensive for 4 weeks continuously. But after the masterclass, you're going to have an attestation of completion, and you have free resources, and you also have access to 2 months continuous mentorship. So whenever we're done with the class, I'm not just leaving you all. We have continuous back to back, and also we're going to work on your portfolio. So the very first day you come to the class, you are going to create. That's the very first day you're going to create your social media if you don't have any, and that's the very first day you have to start putting on it, so that at the end you have a clean portfolio to follow for that you can actually send to a client. Is that okay? So that's basically for the masterclass. So we cover from Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign. So with the Illustrator, that's what we're talking about. We're going to be.
What about After Effects, sir?
No, I don't actually do After. I don't train After Effects. Although I'm planning to do a class on After Effects, but I'm not working on. I'm not doing it now. So the next class that is coming up is the main graphic design master class, and then after that, be a video design. There'll be a video editing class. Well, when we talk about this, we want to talk about Premiere Pro, we want to talk about After Effects, which are my main. I'm not versed with DaVinci, so I'm not getting DaVinci. So Premiere Pro, After Effects, but we won't touch that. But this class, the video design class, the video editing class comes after the graphic design class, which is the graphic design class in July. So that's it. So with the video editing class, we're going to talk about we're going to touch all After Effects and Premiere Pro, all the tricks on how to remove background in After Effects, animation, and stuff like that. Yeah. But then what's coming up next is the main design masterclass. After we need to do. So let me know if you have any further questions. If not, also throughout, I'm going to show you how I did all of these things. I have this presentation here for this concept. There's another one coming up in Yaoundé. It's now coming up in Yaoundé. So for those that will be for the best students that will come out from that masterclass, I'm going to work with that person. For those who like, I think the first 5 like that, I'm going to work with them back to back on projects. So this because this one was called Douala Canal Olympia. There's another one is Papo in Yaoundé. I'm sure some of you have seen the flyer already. So we're going to be working on it all together. Something like this. All right, that's for that masterclass. So in case you have any other more information, you can always ask. So with that, I'm going to stop the recording now. I'm also going to stop the presentation, and that'll be the end of the class. So again, thank you all for joining. Thank you all for